We're going to wrap up Module 4 the same way we concluded the other 3 modules, by talking about the connections to school. Where are students learning dependability and etiquette skills? So right off the bat, homework and project due dates. These are great simulations for work deadlines. Class start times. Are you the type of person that always shows up to class late? That's something to think about for when you start work and you're expected to show up on time and to show up to meetings on time. School or class phone rules. You're not allowed to text or call people in the middle of class. Same goes for the work environment. There's an appropriate time and place to use the phone. And then last, but definitely not least, anytime you're doing a group project is a great way to practice all of the essential skills. With regard to dependability and etiquette, group projects are a great way to practice professional manners and to be dependable and reliable for your contributions to the project. Okay, so how can teachers incorporate these skills into their existing curriculum? And a lot of these you will have seen from the other modules. I always emphasize, number one, group work. As I said in the last slide, group work is a great way to practice all soft skills. And then incorporating some type of evaluation where team members can evaluate each other and themselves on their contributions. And we went over it in module 2, but we do have a template that we've created that you can download and edit and use however you'd like, and it's downloadable in this course. Time management skills. I recommend to teachers that if they have a big project that they do throughout a semester or a year, that as part of the assignment, students have to create a Gantt chart or some type of project timeline where they create benchmarks for themselves and they have to meet those benchmarks. It gives them good practice at backwards planning. So we have this final due date. Now, when do I have to have each element completed by? I've also talked to some teachers about maybe having like a group discussion in their classroom around, let's come to a collective agreement on when you want these benchmarks due. So the final project's due at the end of the semester. When should we have the research conducted? When should we have our project blueprint completed by? It gives students more practice, one, in creating a timeline, but two, it gives them some agency in the process. Third takeaway, listening. Ways to practice listening through reading and listening comprehension exercises such as word problems. This is in all of the modules. It's just a great way for students to practice identifying and extracting key information to solve a problem. And then last, attending career fairs and other work-based learning activities. And this is just a way for students to observe and interact with professionals. How do they dress? How do they communicate? How do they behave? And then in some cases, such as site tours or a career fair, students might even dress up and and speak with the person. So they can practice wearing business casual attire and shaking hands and using professional language. And then, of course, our graduate profile for dependability and etiquette. Students should graduate with the ability to speak confidently to professionals using good manners and appropriately dressed. They should be able to work on projects, multiple projects simultaneously and submit them on time by their deadlines. They need to be showing up to classes, assemblies, and extracurricular activities on time. And then, of course, always be able to work effectively as part of a group.